When the submarines or any combat vessels are buzzed, we usually think of the US's Virginia-class submarines. But have you ever wondered if there is any such deadly fleet in the defense world other than the Virginia-class fleet? If not, we have the incredible and deadliest fleet owned by the Royal Navy, Astute-class submarines. The one which is as stealthy as a dolphin. This super advanced fleet is the largest and the most advanced fleet ever owned by the Royal Navy. 4 from the fleet are already serving the Royal Navy, and the other 3 will soon be floating to serve the nation. You must be wondering what's so unique about this Astute-class submarine. Can it be compared to the Virginia-class submarines? Let's take a deeper dive to know about the deadly fleet of underwater monsters owned by the Royal Navy. To whom does this superclass of submarines belong? This legendary but simple unique fleet of Astute-class submarines belongs to the Royal Navy. This nuclear-powered fleet submarine was constructed by Bay Systems Submarines, and in total, the Royal Navy is equipped with 5 fully operational submarines and 2 from the fleet are already under construction. The plan to replace Trafalgar-class fleet submarines with Astute-class submarines was proposed in 2007, commissioned to the Royal Navy in 2010, and was fully operational and ready for missions in 2014. And since then, the Royal Navy has had the largest and the most advanced submarine fleet ever. What are the unique capabilities of the Astute class which signifies it as the most advanced fleet of submarines? The reasons why this stealthy submarine is termed the most advanced fleet are countless. One extraordinary aspect in which this submarine can stand out from the other fleets is its stunning silent running. It is the first ever nuclear submarine fleet that is designed in a 3D computer-aided environment. However, some technologies are not equipped in this super advanced fleet of submarines. Nevertheless, those are replaced by certain alternatives. There is no optical periscope technology installed in the submarine. Instead, there is high-specification video technology installed, which is a great advantage to crew members for scanning the environment and getting a 360-degree view to address potential threats, if any. We were wondering why this Astute-class submarine is said to be the most silent one, right? This is because the Astute-class submarine was developed to utilize state-of-the-art anti-acoustic tiles. This means each side of the hull in the submarine is installed with 39,000 acoustic tiles, which act as a mask on sonar signatures, which eventually makes the submarines drift through the water as still as a mouse. And because of this amazing feature, the boat is wonderfully compared to a baby dolphin. How long is this silent fleet of submarines, and what about its propulsion? This Astute-class submarine is pretty good in its dimensions, with 97 meters in length, with a displacement capacity of 7,000 to 7,400 when surfaced, and when submerged, the displacement capacity elevates to somewhere between 7,400 to 7,800 tons. This pretty gigantic submarine has a capacity of sailing about 109 crew members. Talking about the propulsion and other specifications provided in the Astute-class submarines, the entire fleet is powered by the Rolls-Royce PWR-2 reactor with a pump jet propulsor, which is the similar reactor used to power Vanguard-class ballistic missile submarines. Engineers have chosen the perfect reactor for Astute-class submarines because it can be fully functional for the next 25 years before getting replaced, and importantly, it can also be used for recycling air and water. So according to all the information, it's pretty clear that an Astute-class submarine can have unlimited endurance, so it can circumnavigate the globe without surfacing until and unless there is a need for the food to be replenished. Before diving deeper to know everything about the deadly submarine fleet that will expand the deadly submarine market extensively, make sure you subscribe to the channel to know more about incredible submarines and defense equipment that will revolutionize the defense system. Now let's glimpse the combat weapons carrying capacity of these Astute-class submarines. Usually, Astute-class submarines are capable of carrying 38 weaponries, which could be Spearfish heavy torpedoes and Tomahawk Block 4 cruise missiles. These are super powerful weapons that can hit the target efficiently within a few meters at an amazing range of 1,000 miles or 1,600 kilometers. There's a new and advanced submarine command system termed as Astute Combat Management System, which the Astute class is equipped with. They have a highly automated system that has both sensors that provide results on command consoles. Apart from these sensors, the fleet is fitted with Atlas Hydrographic DESO-25 high-precision echo sounders, 2CM010 non-hull penetrating optronic masts, and color CCD TV sensors, which makes the fleet a better submarine with ease for crew members to operate it. Also, the Astute-class submarine fleet is installed with a successor IFF system. And yes, how can we forget sonar 2076, which can be used for detecting enemy ships and submarines in the surroundings. This is the best and most sophisticated sonar system in the world, with a bow, intercept, flank and towed arrays. All of the fleets are installed with this super advanced common combat system. The boats of the Astute class also have a dry deck shelter, which assists the special forces like Royal Commandos and Special Boat Services to deploy whilst the submarine is submerged. With the best equipment, weaponry and technology on board in Astute class submarines, these ships can rush at a maximum speed of 30 knots. However, there were some issues for the submarines to rush up at the top speed of 29 to 30 knots, especially because of the mismatch between the turbine and reactors. This problem was way back in 2012 and was successfully solved in 2015, and now these submarines can easily achieve their maximum speed of 30 knots. Which submarines are part of the Astute class fleet? The Royal Navy planned for the 7 to be Astute class submarines. However, until the date, there are only 4 submarines operational, which are HMS Astute, HMS Ambush, HMS Artful and HMS Audacious. The 5th submarine from the fleet is currently undergoing trials, and the last 2, namely HMS Agamemnon and HMS Agincourt, are launched but yet to be commissioned to the Royal Navy. These 2 are expected to join the fleet by 2026. When will the 5th from the fleet be ready for deployment? HMS Anson is the 5th one, and it was reported that the submarine has completed its initial trim dive at Devonshire Dock in the UK. This testing was done to ensure stability and safety while the submarine was completely submerged and underwater. However, other aspects like the center of gravity, precise weight and other critical measurements were kept a keen eye by engineers and experts. The commanding officer of the Anson commented, "The trim and basin dive is a key step in the commissioning of the HMS Anson. This period will enable us to set the boat's internal weight, prove her watertight integrity, test sensors, and put some of our systems through their tests ahead of the sailing for the first time." This HMS Anson is 97 meters long and approximately weighs about 400 tons, launched in 2021 and is expected to be ready for deployment in a couple of years, that is by 2024 if all the tests and trials were completed with perfection. Can we compare the Astute class fleet to Virginia class submarines? Both the nuclear-powered submarine fleet is extraordinarily complex and difficult to be compared. The Royal Navy's Astute class submarine can be compared with the Virginia class Block V submarines. Both the fleets are amazingly designed, and in some aspects both of them are similar. Take for example the reactors. Both the fleet has the same type of reactors which never need refueling, and again the same advanced pump jet propulsors. Despite these similarities, several other differences need to be taken care of. First is the design risk, where Virginia-class submarines are leading the list. Virginia-class submarines support RANs that prefer ANGYG-1 combat systems and torpedoes, but Astute-class submarines do not support this. And if all the Britishers plan to upgrade the system, it will be a big blunder for the design of the Astute-class submarines. They differ in the carrying capacity. Astute-class submarines can accommodate somewhere around 90 crew members, whereas Virginia-class submarines can accommodate 130 of them. The work of the naval force does not only end with designing and constructing the submarines, but it just begins there. This is because the fleet is difficult to maintain, and the US naval forces are pretty experienced in this aspect. They spent more on research and development, which helps them to construct a better version of submarines, and those can be easily interoperable because of the large fleet. The US has a massive 76 Virginias and Australia has only 10 of them, and for the fact the US is on the radar to design the stealthier Block 6 of Virginia-class submarines. Without a doubt, Astute-class submarines are also extraordinary but quite less deadly when compared to the US's Virginia-class submarines. So what are your thoughts on the simply amazing technology behind the Astute-class submarines? Do let us know your views in the comments below. And before we wrap up, if you're interested in other fascinating things about combat submarines, then make sure to check out our video on the Russian naval force constructing its new deadly submarines. You can go check this out after the video, and if you enjoyed watching it, make sure to like, share and subscribe to our channel for more such exciting content. See you in the next video.